Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Embarcadero, and apparently I made a small goof when I placed those two structures on those infill tiles. For whatever reason I thought that you would only get that extra step on the council track when you are basically on the same height where you are placing this two, but Adam, the designer, or one of the designers, chimed in on my video, and I really appreciate that. To say, no, that's totally fine. If you are basically, you have something on the same level, so you get the appropriate council or the appropriate step on the council track there too. So yeah, let's definitely take care of that. It may have changed some things, but yeah, I will not worry about that too much. I want you to play this game, or to learn how to play this game correctly, not efficiently. So with that being said, I have made it onto one of those landmark cards, and again, in a solo game we are drawing two of those, and for now I will place them here, and you can build those landmark buildings pretty much as a free action during your turn. Whatever you are doing, you are still allowed to build that one of those landmark cards. So we have the Montgomery Blocks, which is a size 2 building, comes with a victory point and gives you an immediate 2 victory points, not at the end of the game, an immediate one for each purple icon you have, and I'm pretty sure you're counting itself there too. And then we have the San Francisco Mint, pretty much the same thing. You need to discard a paper. No, what am I telling? This is what you get, actually. Sorry, these landmark cards to become with something that you get. No, we have to sink a ship for both of those, and apart from that we need stone and or wood to build that. So again, the sole proprietor does not take anything away from me from those landmark cards here, so there is no real rush going for it right away, but something to keep in mind, especially when we have somewhat more of those purple or green buildings or icons out there. Those icons can appear on ships too. Okay, but I think with that being said, we should be able to continue with round 2. Keep in mind, this round we are not scoring the wolves, we are only scoring how far we are advanced on the track here. And I believe you have to, or basically you're getting 2 points for each level of these scoring things that you have gained. So if I make 3 more steps, this will get me 2 more victory points at the end of this round. In a normal multiplayer game, you get pretty much 3 points for every opponent that is behind you, and I mean really behind. So in a 4-player game, if 3 players are behind you, you get 9 points, which is not bad here. Looking at my cards, I'm somewhat tempted to build the apartments now. They give me an income, which is never a bad thing, and they will score me 5 points if I place them correctly. We only need 1 wood, and we have wood from the noble, so that's not a problem. And Levi Strauss also provides us one, the clothier. So yeah, let's do that. So we are building the apartments, and depending on which level we are building those, we will score 2 or 4 or 6 or 10 extra victory points. I think we will be able to play. I think the only choices we have is level 1 or level 2 in this case. So I guess let's go with level 2. And in respect to houses or buildings, this is level 1 here. So this first one. And again, that's a somewhat counterintuitive part about this game. So if we're now placing one thing on this one, we are counting pretty much the structures underneath it. And that's then tells us that's level 2. I think that's at least how it helps me. So we are allowed to place 1 cube. I think let's simply place this one here. I think it doesn't matter too much if it's there or there. That's our freebie we always get. And then yeah, it comes with 1 income, never a bad thing, and we are getting 1 point immediately, and then we are checking which level it is. That's 4, so in total 5 points. I take that, so that's and 23 points out of our 75 point target. Or I think we need 76 actually. Yeah, we need 76 points. And still the main problem is, how are we going to make it with the council track? I think that's the real challenging part now. Okay, then we have to buy a card, and these are all not bad. The repair shop could be cool, but we don't have a stone, and yeah, we could build it on top of a level 2 house, and this would give us 2 steps. Then you would go for the Potomac, and that isn't a bad thing at all, actually. So maybe that's a good thing. It costs 0. It's only 1 point though, but it also gives us an income for the last round. Having then 4 income in total wouldn't be bad. On the other hand, we could simply go for the apartments again, because then we might want to target them to place them on a level 3, which would be 6 plus 1 point here. But then again, we would not place any more cubes out there. I think that's still okay. We have to do structures on there anyway. Oh, that's now. We want a building right now. That's clear. The scribe would be also cool, but we don't have the stone for the scribe. I think we want to go for the repair shop because it could give us some more steps here. Let's go for the repair shop. It costs $0. That's at least something. We have to park a card for the last round. And yes, this could be the card here, which we just gained. We have the Elizabeth. I think, yeah, one of the idea was to scrap the Elizabeth, giving ourselves one of those prestige buildings or landmark buildings, but they are not pretty great. They would give us a paper. I think we want the San Francisco Mint. We want to build that. And we still can do that later on. We don't have to do that right now, actually. On the other hand, everything that we are building this round would give us potential steps on the council track. And this would, again, give us also some more points. So maybe let's hold on to the Elizabeth. We need the Rhone for sure, too. So maybe we are parking the police station. Because the police station, if you would park it again at the end of the game, you are still in the third round, you're still parking cards on your of the 5 cards onto your player board, but then you will score the points equal to the price. So that could be 2 points. That's 5 points for every day. Yeah, let's do that. Let's park the police station. I have a good feeling about this. Then it's the sole proprietor, and I really should do the thinking off camera now to really speed things up. Apologies for that. Yeah. Sole proprietor will go for the Potomac. It's a size 3 ship, and they come in different colors, it seems, and we are placing 1 structure on it. So sole proprietor is already at 3 at this one here. Last thing to do, we are moving the saw back up to the first wharf, and then we are refilling and moving into the next turn. This took me a while, and I'm still not convinced that's the best thing I should do. I will go and we'll scrap the Rhone. It's the stone I wanted to have actually, but I still think getting those 2 steps here on the council track might be key. So yeah, let's scrap the Rhone. We are getting 2 steps on the council track, so 1 and 2. And this gives us 1 free structure, which I do want to place here, and I think that's problematic, but okay, I might be able to solve it. Let's see about that. So I will place that here, and I guess I need another ship. A perfect ship could be, in fact, the Neptune, because it's green, which would score me 2 more points, but it also costs $2. But I think right now money is okay, and that's also a size 4 ship. And they would go for the Opera House, which would be okay, actually. I think that's okay. So yeah, let's go with the Neptune for $2. So we are down to 7, but I think that's okay-ish. The Neptune, I think, has to go into my hand, so we might want to park this building here. We want to build this building because it also gives us a bonus of 2 points for each paper we have, and that's the goal for this game. We have another building, that monument, that gives us 2 for paper, so I think this might work out to be okay. Then the sole proprietor will build the Opera House next to the wharf here. So yeah, we have to bring out some more cubes here, some more structures, and they want to build it on the lowest level. So no, I think in this case it's a size 3 building. They want to place it next to the wharf, so that's that. They will put in, should bring another cube actually, which will also go as close as possible to the shoreline. And I think that's that. And again, I still think that this wharf is a lost cause anyway. So yeah, we will remove it from the game, or the card will go, not from the game, I think it simply goes to the discard pile. We are moving this one down, and then it's again our turn. I think we have to build the Neptune this round because I need the stone. I want the stone. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's build the Neptune. And one of the problems I see with the sole proprietor, because the way they are placing their ships, it's tough for me to be adjacent to a wharf. Of course, for this wharf, again, we might win this one here. It's really now, whatever, 7 versus 3, that's okay. And I can control what I'm doing here to some extent. Down here, it's already 3. So if I would now place this ship, I don't know, adjacent to here with all 4, I could go for a big win here, which would be 7 points, but would also cost me 4 money, which I'm currently not really willing to spend. On the other hand, I want more steps, right? That's the whole idea. So I guess we are going to place it adjacent to the... I think we have to do that actually. And I think we are building the longer ship in here. We are taking one of our cubes. We don't need to spend any money for that. We get 1 cube, which gives us 1 step on the council track. So that's 3 points at the end of the game, and also 2 points for the end of this round, and another 2 points for the end of the next round, because we will score the council track also twice. So that's pretty cool. So in total, that was definitely a 7-point swing. I take that. And then... yeah, I have to pick another card. And again, I have to be careful not to go for something crazy. If I go for a large building now, the sole proprietor might win or take the wharf scoring away from me from this middle wharf. So I might be inclined getting another building now, actually, because they would also extend the wharf, which could score me some points at the end of the game. So I guess, again, the boarding house is fun, but so are the apartments still fun, actually. And the scribe, I have the stone now, and I didn't place the Neptune into my display, actually. Let me quickly do that. Scribe is $1. Let's do that. So we are taking this, spending the dollar to go with a scribe. That's now the question, what we are going to keep. And I think we want to hold on to the scribe. It's a 3 building. Here's the 3. So we might want to park the repair shop for the next round. They both give me income, so that's good. So no, let's park the repair shop for the next round. Let's hold on to the scribe. The sole proprietor is going for the Patriot. It's only a level 2 ship, and I think I may have made a mistake. When they placed the ship, I think they should have placed it here, actually. Because, again, it doesn't say we have to place it adjacent to their ships. And the rules example is also relatively clear. You want to keep it as close as possible to the shoreline. So, yes, I think that was a mistake by me. So I think I should, I think that's a problem. But we can fix that relatively easily. So we are placing this one here. But this means those 3 wharf tiles shouldn't be there, which also means I should have lost 1, 2, 3 points. So I'm down to 20. I will take that back now. Sorry for that. They're extending the wharf, I think, like this, again, as close as possible to the shoreline. So this goes in here, actually, right? And we are placing 1 wharf now here. So they are alternating. Again, nowhere does it say that they have to be adjacent to their own ships. And I think the same is true down here, actually. So they should have placed this ship in here, actually, which means I couldn't have placed this ship in here. So I might have done something like this. Again, it doesn't really change too much. I still got the extra step from there, but that's really something you have to pay attention to. I have to pay attention to. So sorry for that all take backsies and whatnot, but I think I want to correct this. Maybe I really should leave a comment on my initial video pointing this out, because I'm pretty sure someone will catch that. But I think no real harm was done. I was able to take it back. Awesome. So this Patriot is going to the discard pile. We are moving the soul. We are revealing 2 new cards. That's the Fortuna, and we have the Charity. For me, I think this round might be rather easy. We are going to build the scribe. We have the stone, we have the wood, we have enough space to place it on. So now things might become a little bit messy. We are going, that's a level 3 building. It has to go in here. Yeah, I think so. And then we are placing 1 building, one structure, and of course we want to place that structure on top of this. which would give us a step, but because we have constructed the scribe, we get 2 more points. Moving back to 22. It's a level 1 building only, unfortunately, so we are getting 2 more steps. So in total, that's 3 more steps on the council track. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So we get 2 of those, which we can place right away, and we get another advanced resource. And I guess ideally we want to have another paper. So that could be in a potential 2 more points, I believe. Or is it in the meantime 6? No, I think for now it's 2. Again, I have to make a choice what I'm doing with those. The problem now is, yeah, of course I could go for infill tiles, but those infill tiles won't give me any more steps, I believe, because I have to extend those from my existing ships. So I might as well want to consider simply extending my wharf here and therefore getting 2 more points, right? I think there's really nothing I can do to score more. 1 more steps would be another 2 points for this round. That would be amazing, actually. But okay, getting money, also not a bad thing. So we take 2 money for that. And again, this could translate into 2 more points at the end of the 3rd round. So basically at the end of the game. Then again, I have to choose a card. And this one is truly tricky. I want the 1 extra step on the council track. In theory, yes, I could do that by using a ship, for example, and placing that ship. Yeah, okay, that could be also the case. And I need to build structures sooner or later. So maybe, on the other hand, if I would scrap the charity, I would gain 2 steps right away. And the ship per se, yeah, could give me still some income for $1. But then I'm spending $1 to gain $1. And that also doesn't really sound like fun. No. Let's go with the charity. This doesn't cost me anything. I will keep the charity and will discard the Elizabeth for the next round, which means the sole proprietor will go for this. Wow, the Fortuna. It needs to go to this wharf. And now I think I really can choose either here or there. It's an interesting one. Because this one I don't like. No, let's do this one here for now. Let's place it here. We are placing 1 structure next to it. Again, it needs to go next to the wharf. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so we are discarding the Fortuna. We are moving this back up here. Let's reveal 2 more cards. The William Gray and another set of apartments. I like those. I really do. Last card for us, and I think the idea was to scrap the charity here, right? I mean, we could also, we could build the charity too, which would also give us at least 1 more step too. So yeah, maybe we don't have to scrap it actually, because if we build it, we would gain yet another step and another step. So this could, in theory, work. On the other hand, we could prepare it too. And building it would give us a point and an additional income. And I think as long as we can, yeah, let's build the charity. It goes in here on top of this thing here. So that's pretty cool. We are placing it there. We get 1 cube, which we are placing here. That gives us a step. We get a point from building that card. And because it's a level 1 building, we get another step. So again, 2 more steps, which translates into 3 more points. Again, we are only taking the highest score, but also 2 more points for the end of this round. And another step here, which is another set of 2 landmark cards. So let's see what we get. The Royal Insurance Building. Wow, 3 wood to build it. But again, we have the Elizabeth, which would allow me to scrap a ship to build. That's another paper. So those 2 would be amazing. First do this, then to this. Oh, that would be great. But let's see what the next one is. That's the Flood Building. Don't we have the same thing on Times Square? I don't know. That's 5 points immediately. And for every sunk token that we have at that point in time, it's another 3-pointer. And would also give us 1. But we need to spend 3 steel for that. But again, we have the Elizabeth with us. We can sink the Elizabeth to build any of those, ignoring those requirements, which is pretty huge actually. Nice. Then we have to pick a card for our, basically it simply goes to our display. I want more cubes, and I think with either of those we would gain at least 1 cube more than here. We get money, but I think we want the 1 more cube, I guess. And then I think it doesn't really matter which one. They're both too building. Let's go with the Ganges. I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much. It goes directly onto our player board for the next and final round. Sole proprietor will build the boarding house, and I guess, yeah, it has to go in here. We can still extend, which means it has to go on top of this. We will treat it as a signature building, so pretty much it means like a player would have also spent those resources here, because again we cannot maximize. Would be a level 4 house, which she can't not legally place, so we are placing it here, but this means we are placing 2 more structures on top of this. And oops, for us, I still think that could be an advantage, actually, having more cubes. And right now they're in the middle of nowhere, which might help me for, I don't know, a later building or so. I think I really like that. Cool stuff. So that was the boarding house. I already moved the saw to the center wharf, and now we are getting our income. We are at the final steps of this round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money. That's pretty amazing. Those cards go into our hand. I will deal with that in a second. And we are doing some scoring. And in this case, it's basically 2 steps here on the scoring track. So that translates into 4 points in total. So we are up to 27. That's not huge. I'm getting a little bit concerned now, but if we are making it all the way down to the final thing, we would get 20 more points and potentially, I think, 10 more points from our wharf this round. Whew, but that's tough. That's really a hell of a lot of more steps, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more steps. Not sure if I will be able to make that, quite honestly. Then we are wiping the display and moving into the final round. Okie dokie, that's the new display. We have the Crown Princess, the Pleiades, the Euphemia, the General Harrison, the Customs, the Park, the Boarding House, and the Salvage Yard. And yeah, we still have a lot of those landmark buildings. I think up next we really have to bring out some more cubes, and I guess we need to scrap the Ganges, because yeah, we need the cubes now. So we are getting pretty much 2 basic cubes plus the amount of purple buildings or purple icons in our display. Unfortunately, here we are not counting the Ganges, so in total that's basically 2 more, so 4 structures in total. And again, the idea is to build at least 2 landmark buildings, right? So we are placing 2 structures. Oh, that will be messy. In here, I think I have to take this one off. Apologies for that. That's because really building it in the middle is problematic. So we get 1 more step because we were adjacent here. So we are getting 2 money for that. I will do that right away. And money is only a tiebreaker, so nothing really worth in the solo game. And then we need to place 1 more. And I guess we have to place it here. Oops, which would give me yet another step here, which is unfortunately nothing but bringing us closer. Yeah, I'm really not sure if I will be able to make that or not, but yeah, I really have to try that at least. And unfortunately, there's nothing that would give me extra steps, I believe, unless again the AI is doing something crazy. So I need a ship now because I want to secure my wharf. That much is clear. So I cannot go for a building because otherwise I put myself into risk. Yeah, maybe if I go for a very small building, I could do that. But we have to do that twice, actually. I think, yeah, we are getting around twice, actually. So no, I think we have to go with a building now. Question is, I mean, this is... But here we would gain some more structures. This could be the extra steps we would need too, actually. So I guess we will go with a boarding house right now. So that costs us $2, but I think that's not really a problem. And then we have to make a call which card to discard, actually, or put to our display. So I think we want to hold on to the boarding house, and we are going to park the police station into our display. It's expensive, and it also would give us 2 points at the end of the game as we are parking it now. And again, that's such a clever mechanic, this whole planning thing. I really like that a lot. Then it's the sole proprietor. He's going to, yeah, basically dock the Euphemia, and I really hope I'm doing this correctly this time. So this goes in here, And yeah, we are placing one structure. So it's 7 versus 5. Oof, that's going to be close actually. Let's move the saw down. Let's replenish the cluster. And what do we have here? Tenements. Okay. Yeah, I think, oof, that's also pretty tempting actually. Okay, what are we going to do next? I think it's finally time to scrap the Elizabeth. And again, we can, if we do that, we could sink a ship to complete one of those landmark buildings for free. Yeah, let's do that. So we are sinking the Elizabeth, or we are rather scrapping it and sinking another ship. Can't remember the treaty. Our first ship, so it goes in here. The icon still counts, but it no longer provides us any resources whatsoever. Again, the Elizabeth is out here, and this allows us to build one of those landmark buildings. And I guess right now we want to start with this one. If we're going for, we could build it on a level 2, but then we would missing out on the extra step. And I think we need that extra step more than we would need the points. No, we are checking the highest one. No. So yeah, we are building the Royal Insurance building. I believe I was thinking about another building or so. So that's a size 3 building, and we have space for a size 3 building. Oops, we are placing it here. It comes with one structure which we have to place in here. This alone would give us one step, and we are dealing with a step in a second. I will remind myself, but we are getting points now. 2 points for the building per se. Again, we can ignore these requirements here. And it comes with a paper, and paper is worth some victory points to us. So it's 5 points. Our highest building is on level 2, unfortunately, which is either this or that. Kind of a bummer. It could be itself pretty much, so that's 5 points. So 7 points in total, which is not terrible, bringing us to 34. And again, we get this, or we got the step from our thingy here, which would give us 2 more structures. That could be important. So no doubt one has to go in here, right? Yeah. This would give us yet an additional step, so we are already on the 9 track here on the scoring thing. That's pretty amazing. And the third one, I think, yeah, we cannot get anything stepwise out of it, so we will place it here. So in theory, would have place for another level 3 building, and that's not bad at all. Yeah, I think I take that. Cool. We can still go for another landmark building, because this was part of our action. Building this free from the display so this was basically our action. Now we can take the bonus action and build the San Francisco Mint, which would go on a level or size 2 building only. And we have to sink another ship. We have the wood, we have the stone, and this would still give us some points. I think let's do that. Yeah, why not? Which ship are we going to sink? I guess this has to be the Noble now. We don't need the money really at the end of the game. It's again a tiebreaker, but doesn't really help us because we have the wood coming from Levi Strauss. So we still have all the resources available to us. So we still have the stone and the clay. You could use the resources from a ship before you sink it, by the way. So let's say if you would have needed wood for this particular exercise, then yeah, we could still use the wood from the Noble before we sink it. Then let's place the building here accordingly. We have to place it next here, so we are getting yet another step, and that's really incredibly important. So we are moving down here. This gives us $3 more, so some more buying power. That's never a bad thing, but we still have an awful lot of steps ahead of us. Then we get 1 point plus 2 points for every green building, and again I think the green building here on itself counts too. So let's see about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8 plus 1, that's 9 points. Not terrible. Bringing us 6 and 4, right? No, we're at 34, right? 6 points, 43 points in total. Again, not really terrible. I take that. Cool stuff. Next, we have to buy a card. And again, there is nothing that would give us directly steps on the council track, and that's terrible. So I guess I'm going for the most expensive one right now, because again that would translate into 3 points right away. Oh, that will be a close call, actually. Okay, so let's go for it. So we are taking that card, the customs. If we would build the customs, it would give us 3 points for each green building. So that's 12 right now, so not bad. But I think there is no way that we would be able. It's a 6 building. No, I don't think we will be able to make that. We could scrap it, which would give us 4 cubes, also not bad, but I think I want the 3 points here actually. And then the sole proprietor is building the crown, or stocking the crown princess, which is a 4 ship actually, which goes in here. And I think, yeah, we have to place it like this. This could open us another step later on. Oh boy, this will be extremely close actually. Okay. Let's see, I'll move the saw back up. Let's reveal 2 more cards. That's not bad. 3 structures. And the campaign office. Oh, this gives us 3 steps. I think we need that card to scrap it. We really need that card for sure. Next, we have to scrap, I think, the repair shop for now, because this would give us a lot of these infill / wharf tiles. That's 4. We have 4 green symbols right now. Yeah, let's scrap the repair shop for now. So let's see about that. We get 4 of those. That's really not bad. So we will place 1 here for sure. This gives us yet an additional structure, and the additional structure gives us 1 more step. Cool. Then we do the same thing here. Again, we have to place a structure adjacent. We're getting an extra step. Nice. We have 2 more to go. So in theory, we could continue doing that just to give us some building grounds. But I don't think we need the building grounds now. That's now a bummer that you cannot hold on to those. We could extend here and hope for another infill tile later maybe. This would give us a step, or we could simply go in here and place basically, yeah, adding 2 more points and 2 more gold coins or dollars in here. But yeah, I think in respect to infill tiles, there's really nothing else we can do. We locked ourselves in. Yeah, let's do that. So we are placing 2 more wharfs here. This translates into 2 more dollars and potentially 2 more points at the end of the game. Yeah, let's do that. This is a no-brainer. We need the campaign office. So we are spending $3. Yeah. And yeah, I think we have to take it into our hand. We have to discard it or scrap it. And yeah, we have to discard this one. We need to build this because this could give us some more points actually. Yeah, let's do that. So we are parking this. That's also 2 more points. Nice. And the sole proprietor will build the Palmyra back here actually. And I'm not 100% sure if I placed those buildings here correctly. Again, I'm not really good at these kind of things, making those decisions for the AI, but I think ultimately it didn't matter too much, at least I think, even if they would have built, I don't know. So yeah, that was the Palmyra. We will move the saw down. So now the next one is important. We really have to make sure we only can place a ship now here. Everything else will basically result in a tie. Okay, a tie is still okay. Even with a tie, we get the full amount of victory points. But yeah, let's reveal the Francis Anne and tenements, some more tenements. Before I forget, I think we are going to build the Bayview corner store. I think I have this card. Did I get this in the very first round of the game? I think so. The problem is I don't get any movements for that. So yeah, it basically only quote-unquote transforms into points. So we can still hold on to that. It's not really the most important thing. Let's scrap the campaign office now, because this would give us 3 more steps on the council track. So yeah, let's do that. And actually, I don't think we will make it. So 1, 2, 3, we get 3 more dollars, which is not bad. But we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more steps. It's not impossible, but I don't think that we will make it actually. In theory, we would need something that would give us a hell of a lot of things, but I guess we are not going to make it. We can only place a ship now, keep that in mind. And yeah, I think we will simply go for the most yeah, they're all $1 actually. Is there one we can actually build? Maybe the Savage Yard. This gives us some points. Tenements would give us some points, or 1 point actually. We could build it, which would give us more points. So that's still worth it, actually. It could give us more points than our initial plan. So level 3 building would be 9 points, actually. 9 points versus, I think, 8 points. Oof, that's pretty lame, but yeah, let's spend that dollar. Let's go for one of those tenements here. And then again, I have to make a choice which card I'm going to park, and in theory that's, I think, 11 points per se, and that's 9 points in total, or 10 points if we are parking this card. So I guess it's still 1 point more. That's feels kind of boring, but I think, yeah, that's the name of the game. I think there's nothing to gain in respect to paper anymore. No, I don't think so. We are parking this card for the next round. The sole proprietor is going for the Francis N, which he's going to, I think, yeah, he has to put the Francis N in here. But again, I think it doesn't matter anymore. No, I think it doesn't. So yeah, we are at, or the sole proprietor is at 6, we are still at 7, so we are winning that wolf. I think that was the idea all along. Then we are playing our last card. We have the wood, we have the stone still from the Neptune, and our character, so not a problem. It's a size 3 building, which I believe has to go in here. So that's a level 3 building. We get 1 cube still, and you cannot have more than 4 levels worth of cubes in this game. Again, doesn't really matter too much, but because it was a level 3 building, we will score 9 points here plus 2 points here, so that's 11 points. Not bad. So we are moving 44, 54 points here in total. So I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to make it to 75. We were now basically out of actions. The last thing that we are going to do is to buy a card and park it, and yeah, we will go for the 2-pointer here on the General Harrison. It will simply go to our display. In theory, the AI would make a turn with a salvage yard, but I don't think it matters too much. It's a size 3 building. I think they would place it here. Yeah, we would place 2 more structures there, which would be nice if they would have done that before. And maybe that's something I could have foreseen and forced the hand, for example. I think this is where this game is also a puzzler, and seeing what the I might be able to do and then forcing their hands to some extent. So yeah, and again, the sole proprietor is winning that wolf here anyway, so we don't need to do that. So that's pretty much game over. We would still collect our income for money, but again, also doesn't make any difference. The thing is, cocky as I was, I said we would make it here to the 20-pointer. We didn't. We are lacking 1, 2, 3, 4 more steps here, so that's definitely kind of a bummer, but I think we at least close. It was the first time I'm playing this game solo. I only played the multiplayer version once before, so I think I am okay. Let's still do the final scoring. So we are scoring the wolves. Again, I'm winning here, and that's 7 plus 5. That's 12 points for this wolf here alone. I think 1 is okay, and that's 66. So yeah, the 76 shouldn't be a problem in this case. We will score this council track. We have reached 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, so that's 8 more points actually, bringing us to 74 points alone. That's not bad. We get the points from our cards here, so that's 5, 7, 9 more points. 9, that's 80 plus 3 more, so that's 83 points already. That's not bad, and I guess then we are still getting some more points for our paper. I only need to find that card. This one here, it's the monument, right? I think it's only the monument. No, it was the monument only. Ah, I got rid of the other card. That's the one I scrapped. Maybe that was a mistake actually scrapping it, but okay, I will not take it back now, of course. So we are getting 2 points for each of those paper. We have 2 printed here, we have 2 here. So that's 8 more points. Yeah, I think we should have built the other card actually instead of this one. But yeah, I take it. No, I think I counted this through right. I counted this 8 points and it was 9 points the other way. No, I think I'm okay. So that's 8 more points, 91 points in total. And I think I don't have any more fine end of game scoring cards whatsoever. Ha! But of course, I shouldn't forget the 12 points here. The 8 points I got was just for the end of round scoring. This is the end of game scoring. That's 12 more points. 93, 103. Hooray! So cool. I'm happy about that. So we actually reached the entrepreneur level here. You did well enough in business to join high society. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? But we were still miles away from the mogul or the titan of industry. Of course, we didn't make our achievement here, reach the end of the council track. I think this was a little bit too much of a stretch for me, but I will take it anyway. But again, overall, I must say that this game is great fun, also playing it alone. I really like this. Still like it a little bit more with the multiplayer because there's simply much more going on. So I think 3 or 4 players is definitely the sweet spot. It takes some time with 4 players, at least when you are not familiar with the game per se. And I feel that the decision-making process in my second playthrough here alone was also already much quicker because at least I had an idea about the, let's say, things that might be out there for me, how to place those cubes or those structures and whatnot, when to advance on the track. So I think it could go much quicker when you have a couple of games under your belt. But anyway, I was never bored when playing this game, even though it took a tad too long for my taste for that very first night. I really hope you enjoyed my little solo playthrough here. A huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. Really do appreciate all your support. So yeah, if you want to support my show or channel, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. You can join me here directly on YouTube. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Everything helps. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.